Hey guys, welcome back, or welcome if you are new. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Happy Friday. With it being Friday, once again, that means it's time for another episode of Yield Weekly Beauty Chit Chat. If you're newer around here, this is a long-running series where I just chit chat about all of the fun, frivolous, completely unnecessary beauty products that I was personally loving or obsessing about over the course of the past week. As always, I have a fun little lineup of things to share from this most recent week here, and I will of course list and link everything in the description box below the video. If you'd like to know where to purchase these items, read up other people's reviews, look at in-depth ingredient information, yada yada yada, check out the description box. It is always a plethora of information down there. Anyway, I hope you guys had a good week. I had a good week myself. It was busy with work, busy trying to finish up all of my holiday decor for my own house here. If you're newer to my channel, I am a florist. I used to own my own design company, but I am now working for one of my really good friends who has a very busy, growing design company. And so we are doing a lot of holiday parties right now. We're doing a lot of clients' homes where we're decorating their houses for Christmas. So we have just been inundated as of late, but it's been good because it does make me really tired by the end of the day. And I tell you what, over these last couple of weeks here, I have slept so good every single night because I'm just exhausted at the end of each day. So that's kind of nice. Also, the progesterone helps with that too. If you are struggling to sleep and you are in your late 30s and early 40s, you might wanna get your hormones checked. Not being able to sleep is definitely a sign that your progesterone is tanking. I talk quite a bit here on my channel about perimenopause because my symptoms have been horrific. So yeah, if you are struggling with sleep, either A, become a florist because you'll sleep well because you'll be so tired at the end of each night, or go get some progesterone, which is fabulous for changing your sleep if you're struggling with that and if it's related to your hormones. But yeah, anyway, it's been good. I actually really like being busy. But yeah, I had a good week overall. I hope you guys all had a great week as well. I'm getting really excited about Thanksgiving. We are hosting at our house here. My mom is coming down, so we are going to be making all of the Thanksgiving must-haves, massive charcuterie setup, the whole 9 yards. And as someone who loves to eat, I can't wait for the eating next week. It's gonna be amazing. Anyway, you guys, let me know if you have any fun plans for this weekend. Let me know what you are loving in terms of the fun, frivolous, and completely unnecessary in the comments down below. And without further ado, let's get into my faves from this past week. And we're gonna start where we always do, which is with the perfumes. So let's dig in. It was a great week for perfume. I did review one new fragrance this week, and it is the Zamaya Sharaf Divine. I uploaded this review, I think, towards the middle of this week here. If you missed it, I will link it in the description box below. Feel free to check it out. But this is such a beautiful scent, you guys. It's a really sophisticated fragrance. I do think it does make a really nice unisex type fragrance. This has a very interesting raspberry note in it, as well as a cognac note. It's a really, like I said, beautiful, sophisticated scent. I just love this one, and people definitely have taken notice of this one. I did one delivery this week where as soon as I dropped the order off, the client was like, "What are you wearing? That smells amazing." So I think I definitely convinced her to order this one. Honestly, this is really beautiful. This is actually the fragrance that I have been wearing today. I got off of work at 1 o'clock today. It's almost 2 o'clock right now. I went in pretty early this morning, so I applied this at probably 6 a.m. right before leaving the house. And so I can still actually smell this on my skin right now, but it is definitely, I think, in need of a little touch up. But yeah, I can go for hours before this starts fading to the point where I'm like, I think I need to reapply. So since we are kind of starting to fade on the skin a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and apply this so that I can have a little refresh for the remainder of the video here. But oh yeah, you guys, this is just incredibly beautiful. And this is under $40. This is under $40. I do have a discount code with Zamaya as well, so that'll save you 15% off if you want to purchase this. I'm telling you, if you're looking for something new and these notes appeal to you, this is totally worth checking out. Another fragrance that I have gotten so many compliments on, and I will share an in-depth review of this one next week because I want the whole world to know about this fragrance. This was actually gifted to me on my birthday this year by my friend Faith. I love when people purchase perfumes for me. It's just so meaningful to me for someone to either look at something and think of me or smell something and think of me and then think, you know, like, oh, I bet Melanie would like that. It's just like, I don't know why that warms my heart so much, but it just means so much to me. And I just love perfume so much. So whenever I wear this, I now think of my friend Faith. Honestly, as soon as I stuck my nose in this, she sent this to me in the mail earlier on in the month. And as soon as I stuck my nose into this, I sent her a message immediately. And I was like, oh my gosh, how did you know? And she was like, I don't know. I just looked at the notes and it sounded like you. And I was like, it's perfect. This is so it's so creamy. It's got this beautiful kind of lactonic quality to it. And you know what the most amazing thing about this fragrance is? It lasts all day. I'm talking, I can have like an 8 or 9 hour workday and I can still smell this on my skin. It is phenomenally long lasting. So did I tell you what this is? This is the liquid Imaginaires Blanche Bate. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Probably not. Feel free to correct me. But yeah, listen, this is a stunner. I will review it next week. If you can get your hands on this, you should get your hands on this. I'm telling you right now, it is so insanely beautiful. I cannot say enough good things about it. And the amount of compliments this bad boy has gotten me, it's incredible. Now, I learned after reading up a little bit more about this perfume that this is actually a pretty like famous TikTok viral scent. I don't know anything about TikTok. I'm not on there. I tried really hard to like TikTok and I can't. I feel like TikTok is pure chaos. I think I am an Instagram girly at heart. So haven't seen this one on Instagram, but yeah, let me tell you what, this is a new holy grail. I will always have this in my collection going forward. All right. Also this week, I was kind of craving some sweet vanilla, and what I decided to hose myself down with to get that sweet vanilla vibe is I grabbed the Montal Vanilla Absolute, or Vanille Absolute. There we go. Oh, you know, this kind of reminds me of Vanille Extreme from Comptoir Sud Pacifique. I think both fragrances are very, very similar, but I think the Montal has a little bit longer lasting power than the Comptoir Sud Pacifique. But this, it's just basically a vanilla cupcake in the best possible way. This is such a perfect gourmand. This is one that I also really like wearing to bed because it just smells warm. It smells cozy. When I wear this, I feel like just cuddling up and going to sleep, I guess. Listen, this is lovely. If you want to smell like a vanilla cupcake, this is what you are going to need. Also this week, and these two pair really well together. I definitely paired them together at least a couple times. This is Skylar Vanilla Sky, which you can see I'm actually almost done with. It is my goal to finish this here in the next, hopefully, couple of months. I'm pretty sure I can do it. I think I can probably, if I like make a concerted effort here, finish this by like the middle of January at the latest. Vanilla Sky is a beautiful like vanilla cappuccino. It's a really beautiful gourmand. Has a lot of depth to it. Just a stunning scent, you guys. I actually had a roller ball in this one. And somehow I lost the top to that roller ball, and the fragrance went bad when it was exposed to air. It was like ooh, just did not smell good. So I just recently popped that into my empties bucket over here. You'll see it in my beauty empties at the end of the month. But yeah, I was a little bit bummed, although I did use it was a travel size with a roller ball. I did use that up until only about maybe like a quarter of the fragrance remained. So luckily I got most of the product out before it went bad. But yeah, it just kind of reminded me that I've also had this one for a good long while and I love it. And I will repurchase it immediately after finishing this one. But it is a great one, and it's one of those gourmands that I've had for a good long while, and it has been fabulous from the moment that I purchased it up until now. This is a winner. And I love the cappuccino note in here. It's really, really delicious. All right, let's move on to some skincare. I only have a couple of skincare items that I want to mention, and the first is the Dermatology Needleless Growth Factor Serum. I actually just recently got my hands on another bottle of this. I repurchased it. I am a Dermatology partner, and Dermatology actually sent me the first bottle for free prior to the actual release on the Dermatology website. They will typically do that with their affiliates or their partners when they release a new product, is they send it out for us to test, and then we can tell you about it after it launches. So my first bottle was free, but I did repurchase this one myself here. I really fell in love with this particular serum. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about it because I did do an in-depth review for this one, so I will link that in the description box down below. But this is one of those products that for me will definitely be a staple going forward. I really love the results from the first bottle, and I think this makes a big difference on my skin. I'm really, really happy with how my skin is looking right now. And this particular product, I think definitely is even better than their original needleless serum. This has more of a lotion type texture. In the review video, I compare this to a very expensive Skin Medica product. If you use that Skin Medica product, you might want to check this out because they did some studies where the results were very much the same for the Skin Medica as well as the Dermatology Needleless Growth Factor Serum. So I think this is worth looking into. You might save yourself a few bucks because that Skin Medica serum is, I think, just under $300. This is far less expensive. Also, if Dermatology is having a sale, or if they're not, you can use my discount code, but you don't have to pay full price for this. I can tell you that. So this is really good, worth checking out. Another product that I have already talked to death here on my channel, but haven't mentioned it in a few weeks, so just thought I'd bring it up again. I'm still using and loving this Skin 1004 Madagascar Centella Soothing Cream. This stuff I slather on my face morning and night. It has the most beautiful, I'm not sure if you can see it on my finger there, has the most beautiful gel-like texture that just immediately like soaks into your skin, and it's just this nice like surge of moisture that feels so good. I love pairing this with my tretinoin routine. Since incorporating this this soothing cream from Skin 1004, not that I have had a whole lot of irritation from tretinoin at this point because my skin's pretty acclimated to it, but we are in the winter and I'm no longer super, super oily. My skin is combo now. So I can get just a little bit drier these days when I use the tretinoin, not when I slap this on before putting the tretinoin on, and then also putting this on after applying the tretinoin. So sometimes I will sandwich this with my tretinoin and probably another moisturizer if I feel like I need it. But usually this is enough, and it keeps my skin looking so beautiful and soft. It's hydrated. There's not an ounce of dryness here. And that is a thing for me now because yeah, the HRT it was a real game changer when it comes to my oily skin. I mean, last year at this time, I hadn't even quite started HRT. I started actually December 1st. I'm almost on my 1-year anniversary, and everything has changed so much for me in the last year. I cannot recommend HRT enough. Honestly, I feel like that has saved my life. I will be doing an HRT like 1-year update coming up here in the beginning of December, but what a game changer. Anyway, another product that I will do a more in-depth review for here coming up shortly. I'm really getting into this Mixsoon brand that recently launched over at Ulta. It's another Korean skincare brand. They have so many Korean skincare brands that are launching over at Ulta right now. But this Mixsoon one really intrigued me. I have a couple of things from them so far. A hyaluronic acid toner, their master serum, love the master serum, and then I also picked up the bean essence here. This has also done a really good job of soothing my skin, again adding another layer of hydration. This has some great ingredients in it. I'll talk a little bit more in depth about it here shortly, but I am really enjoying this serum. And if you have not checked out this particular brand at Ulta, I think it's definitely worth looking into. I think you can probably find Mixsoon also on websites like Yes Style and what's the other one? Yes Style and Stylevana. I think it's Stylevana. They have a lot of Korean skincare brands on those websites, and they usually run some pretty good sales. So you might be able to find a better deal than you can at Ulta, but if just for convenience, purposes, Ulta does carry this line now. So that's good stuff. Definitely in love. Okay, before we dive into makeup, really quickly, just want to mention this product. I'm almost out. And I wanted to see if you guys had any recommendations for me, actually. This is definitely a recommendation from me to all of you. I have loved this Biolage Full Rescue Restorative Mask. This has rosemary oil as well as niacinamide in it. I could totally repurchase this again. I've been using this hair mask usually a couple times a week. It's again, really hydrating, very nourishing for my hair, but it has never weighed my hair down, has left it really soft, and it looks really full afterwards. But I'm also someone who likes to try new things. So yeah, you can see I am at the end of this one. Like I'm probably like 1 or 2 more uses here. I'm gonna just scrape everything out of the bottom, obviously. But it is time to start thinking about a new hair mask here in the next couple of weeks. So if you have a recommendation for me that 1, will not weigh my hair down, that is important, but 2, is very hydrating and nourishing, that's also very important to me, let me know your recommendations down below. Would prefer for it to smell like $1 million, but my main preferences are that it does not weigh my hair down, and that it also it does need to detangle quite well. I do have very fine thin hair, but yeah, this one, I love the smell of Biolage products. It smells like a spa experience to me. All right, let's dig into some makeup next. Quick update from last week where I asked those of you who have used the Ilia, what is this called? Skin Rewind Complexion Stick. In last week's video, I had asked those of you familiar with this product what you use to apply it. I was trying to use a Real Technique sponge to apply this to my skin. That was not the proper tool for this one. I also tried applying it with my fingers, and both with the fingers and with the sponge, this looked really patchy on my skin. And so several of you said that the BK Beauty 101 brush is actually the perfect brush to use with this. I had this, so guess what? This is the perfect brush to use with this product. This is definitely one of those foundation products that just works better in terms of blending out with a brush. Now, I applied this whole face of makeup here at I think it was like 5:30 in the morning that I got done applying all of my makeup. It is now, it's 2:07. So, you know, like we're kind of in the early afternoon, but look at how this foundation held up on my skin while I was running around and delivering orders today. This is completely intact. This foundation looks so good on my skin, and it blends so beautifully with this brush. Honestly, this is the angle on this brush, everything about this brush makes it perfect for tapping this into the skin. And that's really how I have been applying this, is I've just been gently tapping it into my skin. I would say the coverage is definitely a solid medium, but you can build it even more if you wanted to. I mean, I could completely, well, you can see a little bit of it. Like my melasma is not super like flared up right now, but if I wanted to, I could completely blank out my forehead so easily with this foundation. By the way, the color that I got was number 3W Spruce, which definitely has some nice yellow undertones. Like this is the perfect fit for my pasty skin. So yeah, this is fabulous. The wear, you guys, the wear, I think that's what I'm most impressed with. I do wish I could use a sponge with this one, because I'm a little bit more comfortable using that to apply foundation. If you're newer around here, I'm still pretty new to using cream or liquid foundations, because my whole life I've mostly used powder foundations. That is just what has worked best for my oily skin. But now that my skin is not as oily, I'm trying some new things, and I really like these. But am I still a powder foundation girly? Yes, I am. In fact, I just ordered 3 more of my beloved Laura Geller Balance and Brighten powder foundation, because no matter what, even though I'm finding new amazing things, this is still a staple, and this is the fastest way for me to get ready in the morning. I can whip on powder foundation in a matter of seconds at this point. Like I'm a pro at it, the way that most people are probably pros with this liquid or cream stuff in their lives. But yeah, anyway, it's exciting. Thank you for your advice. You guys are fantastic. I always appreciate your feedback. Okay, more from the like foundation portion of my routine here. This is the Say. I think it was Betsy. Betsy told me that you just call this brand Say. I wanted to call it Sai. No, I think it's just Say. This is their Slip Tint Undetectable Baked Setting Powder in the shade Translucent 2. I thought this might actually be a little dark on me, but it's actually quite a good fit. So this week I was setting this foundation with this powder, but with this Fenty Beauty little spongy doodad that came with this powder that I bought. This is the Fenty Set It Down blurring setting powder. This one here, it came with this. But this is actually a great little velour sponge situation. I love these. You can buy these like just on their own, but yeah, just like dip a little bit of this in here, and then you can just powder everything down beautifully. It's such a good color match, you guys, and you can actually build this just a little bit. It just looks so pretty on the skin. This is a great powder. I wish that the compact didn't feel so cheap. Like it feels really cheap, but the quality of the powder itself is fabulous. And you can apply it with a brush. I have done that, but I think these little velour sponge situations here, an even better fit. Fantastic. Okay. In terms of eyeshadow palettes, I was loving this bad boy again this week. I was trying to not reach for this one because I did use it for a long time after I initially purchased it. It's the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes, the Neutrals. I mean, it's just such an easy palette, you guys. This is one of those everyday matte palettes that I think would be a great staple in anyone's everyday makeup routine. I really love this dark carbon black. I use that as my eyeliner and I just smudge it onto the lash line. It's so pigmented. It stays put all day long. All of these shadows stay put all day long. Now, I do use an eye primer lately because I'm starting to run low on my Urban Decay primer potion. I'm trying to squeeze the last little bit out of this, but I went back to using this Blink eyeshadow primer. Yeah, it's just called Blink eyeshadow primer, and this actually has been working out pretty well for me. I have had this for a little while and I don't know why I stopped using it, probably just because I was trying some other eye primers and I pushed it to the back. But yeah, I like that eye primer a lot, so if you're in the market for one, I enjoy that. But it definitely helps these eyeshadows look even more vibrant and beautiful. Now, when I placed my order for my 3 Laura Geller powder foundations, I had an additional discount code from a previous order as well. They'll usually send you an extra discount code when you get your order. So I had like an extra 20% off that I could put on top of the sale that's happening at Laura Geller right now. If you have not been to the Laura Geller website, they have an incredible sale happening right now. And what's the point that I'm trying to get to? I'm getting there, you guys, I promise. I've ordered an eyeshadow palette from Laura Geller. I haven't ordered an eyeshadow palette in a good long while. In fact, I think this was the last eyeshadow palette that I purchased. And I've had this for a while now, but I couldn't resist it because the eyeshadow palette looked really beautiful, and it's her baked eyeshadows. They're gorgeous. She had some mattes. And I figured, why not? I think the palette was maybe 15 bucks by the time that I applied all the discounts. But yeah, that'll actually be my first new eyeshadow palette in a good long while. And I bet it's actually going to pair really well with this one. It's a lot of neutrals, and I love me a neutral. I didn't need another eyeshadow. I'll just say that right now. But it's really pretty. So if you do need a new eyeshadow palette, I will link the Laura Geller website down, but you gotta go check it out. Screaming deals to be had. I will also put the discount code that I used. I'm not sure I'm supposed to share it, but I'll put it in the description box down below. That'll save you an extra 20% off, actually. So have at it. Hopefully it works. I don't know if it just works like based on the like accounts, like if it tracks whether you know, like placed an order recent. I don't know. Anyway, it's down there if you want to use it. Lastly, also, another Laura Geller mention here, these lipsticks are also on sale. These are her Italian marble lipsticks. I'm wearing one of these today. I am wearing this one. This is the Italian marble lipstick in Berry Vanilla. It's just kind of a pinky mauve, and you can see that the lipstick is swirled. So it's not a crazy pigmented lipstick. It's almost like a really nice balm. It's just really easy to apply. Perfect color payoff for everyday wear. The other shade that I was wearing this week is the Alfresco, and this is actually the prettiest nude, you guys. If you're looking for a nude, Alfresco is definitely the way to go. If you want a little bit more pink, I would go with the Berry Vanilla. But yeah, listen, you can't go wrong with these Italian marble lipsticks, and they are so cheap on her website. They are so cheap. Maybe not cheap, we'll say affordable, inexpensive. They're at a great price point. They're at a really great price point. So anyway, guys, that's everything that I have for you today. Don't forget to let me know what you were loving this past week in the comments below. Let me know what you're up to this coming weekend. I'll be working a little bit, but I do have Sunday off, so that's fantastic. But yeah, I do have to work a little bit this weekend, which is fine. Hopefully you're not though. I hope you're not working. I hope you get to relax. But I appreciate you guys being here. If you are new and you're not subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up for the algorithm gods. And I appreciate you guys being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.